Oh, did you see me throw this? Wow, that was aggressive. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. My name's Nastasia, and I'm in my bathrobe because I'm just feeling cozy, you know? And I just didn't want to have to put on a sweater. You get it, you get it. Today I'm talking about something that I know has been on a lot of my friends' minds and stuff like that. And I think it's way more common than people think it is. So I'm talking about the idea of like how to deal with it when a lot of your friends are getting married or having kids or just like doing all those adult things. It seems like faster than you are, and like especially if you want that, like if you want to get married and like you're just it's not like right here yet. Like how to deal with that and how to kind of navigate that, because I know it can be easy to just say, well, I'm happy for them, and it's like you are, but you're also hurting a little bit. So I just wanted to talk about it. Before I do, if you end up liking this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you never miss out on a video every time I post. The first thing I wanted to point out is the idea that I feel like, at least for me, I've had this misconception in my head that like life starts when I get married or when I have a family or like have a man who loves me next to me or something. Without even thinking it. It's not like I'm consciously thinking, oh, well, that's when my life starts. Like, you know, I don't think that, but I think it's like an underlying thought that I'm kind of just waiting for that. And it's like life is passing me by and I'm just waiting to have this amazing marriage and blah, 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 and all the things. But like, your life doesn't just start when you get married. Your life doesn't start when you have kids. That's not when your life starts. Your life started the day you were born, and your life started again the day that you decided to have a relationship with Jesus Christ, when you were born again. That's when your life started, and you are living it right now. But I feel like that's a tactic that the enemy uses a lot of times, is pushing our minds to a future thing, a future event that we think will make us happier than we are right now. And as long as we keep chasing that, we are never truly grateful or content in the moment. We never truly have joy or happiness, and that is exactly what Satan wants. He wants to take all our joy and happiness away from us and kind of steer us in the wrong direction and kind of put a cover over our eyes of what's really important. And so, not that marriage isn't important, but just like everything is important, you know, like life and living life, it's all incredible. And I know for me, I've gotten confused about that a lot. So just remember, like, anything that you can do in marriage, like, other than like obviously having that person next to you and stuff, but anything you can do with your career, with following the Lord, inspiring others, encouraging others, being a great friend, like having fun, doing things you love, traveling, all that stuff, like, you can do it now. Like, you don't have to be married to do the things you love. And like, you know, I don't believe that marriage, I think marriage is an amazing thing. I freaking love. I've said this before, like Valentine's is my favorite day ever, and I love it. But I get caught in the idea a lot that like, I'm waiting for this incredible guy to sweep me off my feet and to get married and blah, blah, blah. And it's not that I don't think that'll happen. I think it will. But I almost make that an idol in my life where I'm not actually living for now. And then what happens then when you get married? Will that be enough for you? Will you be content? Probably not. If you are just always chasing the ideal situation of marriage, like, you've made it too powerful to the point where when it comes, you're thinking that it's gonna be completely like take over your whole world and everything will be roses. And I think that's what causes a lot of divorce sometimes, is people anticipate marriage to be different than it is. Not that it isn't wonderful, but I think they're so eager to get married and do the wedding and do all the things that they forget the wedding day is a day. It's one day and then it's gone, you know? And that doesn't mean it wasn't incredible, but the next day comes and what are you gonna do, you know? And like, I think people think their life begins when they get married, like that's what they've been waiting for their whole life, and then they do, and it's not what they expect, not because it's not an amazing situation, but because they thought it would be different. They thought it would start their life, and then I think they realize that their life's been going this whole time, and they never took advantage of it. And I think that's a big reason that the divorce rate has been going up in, I mean, the past decades, just up and up, because I think people make marriage into this like this goal, like, you know, okay, life, but like here's marriage, and that's when life begins. That's when everything is great. And it's like, but then you get there and you realize that's hard too, and it's amazing, but it's a different kind of amazing, and it's a different kind of hard. And you thought it would be way more fantastical and fairy tale than it is, and it's life, and you love someone, but it still gets hard. And like, you've waited your whole life for this moment, and you've made it such a pedestal that once it comes around, you realize, what? Oh my goodness, like, that's incredible, but so has the rest of my life has been incredible. Why didn't I take advantage of everything else? Like, and this is not bashing anybody who's already married, especially if you're married young or anything like that. I have so many friends who are married or getting married. I fully 100% support them. I just know for myself personally, if I get into a state of bitterness of like, I want that too, then I realize I'm not being content. And if I was in a state of contentment, I could just be happy, truly happy, and know that my timing is different. So like, that's something else I want to note, and is that like, your timing is different from their timing, and your relationship or future relationship is different from their relationship. I know you're hearing that and it's not really hitting you. Like, you're thinking, yeah, but like, no, seriously, like, do you want to be exactly like them? Like, do you really want the exact same wedding, the same man, the same like outlook, the same everything, the same blueprint? No, you probably want one of your own. So why are you fighting for hers? Like, that's hers. Don't you want one that's yours? Like, how boring would that be if everybody's love story was exactly the same? And like, the heart is what makes it worth it. The heart is what makes it amazing, because if it was easy, we'd get so bored. It wouldn't be magical anymore. And like, don't you want, like, I want that. And yeah, it's a little bit scary because you think like, is there gonna be anybody for me? But that's part of the risk. That's part of the love, is that you don't know. Like, you don't know. And so even though like, you're probably gonna get married, but like, you know, there's always that little tinge of like, what if there's nobody for me? But like, if you wait and you don't settle, then that makes it so incredible when somebody is there. And when you do have a different story and you couldn't have planned it, and it is all in God's hands. Like, God writes the most incredible love stories. Like, let him write yours. You don't want her timing. You don't want her man. You don't want her marriage. You don't want her wedding. Even if it's all the most incredible thing you could ever imagine. Trust me, I follow some YouTubers that have amazing marriages that I'm like, if I could just be just like that. But at the same time, I don't want that. I want somebody for me. Like, I don't want somebody for her. I want somebody for me. I want my timing, like God's timing for me. So remember that, like, just embrace the fact that yours is unique, and you would be really disappointed if it was all in your timing, trust me. Another point I want to make is the time is going to pass anyway, so you can either go through it kicking and screaming, or you can actually enjoy it. Like, you could be so upset that today you don't have your man, you don't have a husband, you're not getting married today, and it's just another day of you not having the love of your life in your life, or like, you don't know where in the world he could be, or something like that, okay? But guess what? The day's gonna pass. 24 hours goes pretty darn fast, and you go to bed at night and you could have spent the whole day sulking and throwing a freaking tantrum like a baby, or you can actually spend your day being productive. Now, this does not go out to any of you with broken hearts right now because you've gone through a breakup or something. Like, go ahead and throw a tantrum. You're allowed to right now if you just recently went through a breakup. Buy some food, take a nap, watch some Netflix. I feel you, my heart goes out to you. In a few months, you can watch this video again. But I'm talking for those of you who are like, you're not hurting, you're just annoyed because you want somebody in your life to love. Okay, well, give it to God and go to bed. Like, that's what I have to say. Like, or give it to God and get to work, because you have things to do. Your life does not rely on having a man in your life, or men watching. Your life does not rely on having a woman in your life to love you. Your life doesn't rely on that. And I'm not saying it isn't a wonderful thing, but time's going to pass anyway. And if God has a specific person for you and a specific timing, it's not going to speed up just because you throw a fit. So why don't you take this time to be happy and do the things you want, and know that I swear, every single person I know that has like incredible love stories that I look up to so much, they all say it's when we weren't looking, it's when we finally just surrendered it, it's when we finally just, we knew it was in God's hands, and they ended up God leading them to each other. You can't force this, and if you do, it's probably not going to go well. I also want to point out a little bit of this is a little like darker, but like divorce is real, guys, and I feel like we look at marriage as this fun, like, I don't know, this fun party game or something that like you want to get married, blah blah blah. And I love marriage. I'm not saying it's not wonderful, but it's also hard because marriage is a covenant made by God. Like, marriage is the joining of two people, and God created that in the garden. So anything God creates, Satan hates. Satan is going to attack your marriage no matter what. Like, especially if you love the Lord, he's going to attack your marriage. You have to be ready for that. And that does not just take like a little bit of faith and like, you know, a little bit, well, we love each other. Like, you have to be freaking prepared. It's a battle. Marriage is supposed to be permanent. Marriage is supposed to be a lifelong thing. It's, you know, no backsies. And not only, you know, do you have to make sure that you're with the person you want to be with for the rest of your life, but also that like you're good partners, and like that you serve God together well, and that you can fight the enemy well. Because, guys, marriage is hard, and divorce is real and painful, and I can't even tell you how many times I've come kind of like face to face with people who, they're my age, they're 22, sometimes younger, and they've already been through divorce or two. And that is not me shaming you at all. My heart goes to you. It just hurts for you. I don't want you to hurt. And, you know, I don't know all the circumstances surrounding these things. And so, like, maybe it wasn't the person's fault, or, you know, I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, marriage isn't a joke. It's incredible, but it's also very real. It is real life, and don't just try to be begging for something thinking that it's going to be all fun and games when, like, it's a serious commitment. This isn't to me trying to scare you out of marriage. God protects his children, and he loves you, and if you give your marriage to him, you're going to be okay. Not that it won't be hard, but you'll be okay. But I'm just trying to tell you, like, all of you out there who are just like, I just want to be married. It's like, for that person isn't for you. Like, you have your own love story. You have your own timing. And also, this isn't just like, I want a new puppy. It's marriage. And then eventually creating a family. And it's a lot. Like, it's a lot. And don't just rush into it because you think it'll be fun. Last thing I wanted to point out is this helps me on my especially hard days. This life goes by this fast in comparison to eternity. And I know I've mentioned that before, but it helps a lot. On your hard days, or on your days when you're literally thinking like, I don't know if I'll ever get married. Like, I have to be careful when I say this. It's one day it won't matter so much. That's not me saying that God doesn't care. That's not me saying your feelings aren't valid. Your feelings are valid. Your wanting love is valid, and I feel the exact same way as you, and I get it. But just know that if the worst case scenario happened in this situation and you never got married, it is still only like, what, like 80, 90, 100 max years, and then the rest of eternity. Like, eternity with everyone you love, with Jesus, you know? Worst comes to worst, you're only here for like a freaking second anyway. Like, I know it seems like forever, but it's not forever. Please enjoy your life. Please enjoy your life, and don't wait for marriage, for a relationship, for him to propose finally, for kids, for any of that to start being happy. Because life is happening right now, and you don't need a ring on your finger to tell you that it's happening. I'm telling you right now, I'm that ring on your finger telling you life is happening. Be happy about it. It's incredible. Anyway, I hope this video kind of encouraged you a little bit, maybe kicked you in the butt a little bit. I need these. I'm sure I will watch this in a few weeks even, just to pep myself up. I love you guys so much. Feel free to talk to me in the comments down below, and I will see you next time. I love you. Bye.